Hello beautiful yogis, how are you today? Thank you again so much for having me in your home. The weather is starting to cool down, so I'm going to up our practice a little bit, internally and externally. So the breathing technique that we're going to be doing today is called Ujjayi breathing. Okay, and this is called, it translates to victorious breath. It stimulates the inner organs and it actually makes it a lot warmer inside your body. So if you're feeling very, very chilly, you know how they say, oh, that coldness is getting into my bones? Do some Ujjayi breathing and it will actually, one, it will calm your nervous system, but it will get things going inside your body without over-stimulating too many things. So it's a pretty good breath, it's pretty good. Okay, it sort of sounds a bit like the waves coming in and out of the ocean. And the sound doesn't come from our nose, it comes from the throat. So we contract the glottis a little bit, but I'll explain to you a little bit later. Okay, so on your mat, today if you hear me scream, I have probably stepped on some Lego. I had to clear a fair bit of Lego before I laid my mat out today. So I'm just giving you a little warning. So just finding a nice comfortable position. I'm going to cross my legs. If this isn't comfortable for you, allow your legs to be out the front. But what we need to do is see how we have placed ourselves. So just taking a few moments to really check in with yourself. Straight away, how have you placed yourself? With no judgment, just an acknowledgement. Are you sitting up straight? Are you dignified? Or is something bothering you inside your heart and you might be protecting your heart a little? You might be crouching a little. So just understand that this is a safe practice. This is your yoga space. So allowing yourself to relax, allowing your shoulders to soften. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. And just feel the muscles in your legs relax a little. Feel the muscles in the hips relax a little. And just feel the spine lengthen as you drape your beautiful muscles either side of the spine. Gently soften the shoulders and place your hands in your lap. Feel a lengthening of the back of the neck as we gently pull in the pelvic floor, the lower and the middle abdominal muscles without holding the breath. Feel as though I'm coming to you and I'm gently pulling up from the crown of the head. It might not be a huge movement, but you might feel a gentle lift. And start checking in with your beautiful breath. Without changing it, without doing anything to it, just checking in with your breath. Softly breathing in and out through the nose. And as you sit here, acknowledge that your breath is probably becoming longer and softer already. See if you can soften your shoulders a little bit more. See if you can relax your legs a little bit more. And have a thought about what brought you to the mat today. What is your intention about what you would like to get out of your session today? Might be the same each time, it might change each time. And gently bringing your thumb and your pointer finger together and spread out all the other fingers. And place the backs of your hands on your knees. And again, soften your body. And check in with the breath again. See if you can feel the breath at the back of the throat. See if you can feel the breath as it comes into the lungs, and you can feel the ribs moving. You might be able to feel the diaphragm muscle moving. Might be able to feel the belly moving. Now we're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to breathe it out through the mouth in a big sigh. So we take a breath in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth. Another, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And hear that sound, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now I'm going to ask you to keep the mouth closed, but try to make the same sound breathing out through the nose that you just did then. So we breathe in through the nose. We partially block off the glottis at the back of the throat and we breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Continue doing this for a few rounds while I speak. This is the victorious breath, the Ujjayi breathing. Come back to your normal breathing if it makes you feel uncomfortable. But what we're going to try and do is continue this Ujjayi breathing throughout our whole practice today. It will stimulate your internal organs beautifully. It will keep the body calm and in the present moment. And it will heat the body up enough so we're very comfortable. You don't want to be doing a lot of Ujjayi breathing when it's very hot. So if I'm sitting next to you, I can hear the breath coming in and out of your body. If I'm sitting about 5 meters away from you, I can still hear the breathing coming in and out of your body. If you're in a yoga class and all you can hear is breathing, this is what they're practicing. They're practicing Ujjayi breathing. And release your hands. Continue with the breath if you can. Roll forwards and just come into a nice child's pose. So either with the knees and the feet together or the knees out to the side, and just rest your head down on the ground. And staying there, your hands can be next to your legs or they can be spread out in front of you resting on the mat. And I'd like you to listen to your Ujjayi breathing here. You may be able to feel the back moving, the ribs moving. And imagine I'm placing my hand where your heart is on your back, just at the back of your heart. And as you breathe in, my hand comes out. And as you breathe out, my hand gently comes in. So very big Ujjayi breathing in and big Ujjayi breathing out. It's very good for our belly muscles as well. Very good for our core. And incredibly good for our lungs. So just feeling that beautiful breath. Excellent. And if your hands aren't in front of you, just stretching them out in front of you, spread the fingers really wide, placing them on the mat, and come up onto all fours. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, and come into your downward facing dog. And do some pedaling. So we push one knee down and push the opposite heel down. We bend the opposite knee and push the heel down. And just keep trying to do this. We're just warming up the joints and the legs. Nice and slowly, nowhere to go. You're exactly where you need to be. And coming into your normal downward facing dog. So the heels come towards the mat, stretching the tailbone up towards the sky. Keep the belly nice and strong and soften the neck. And then looking in between your hands and just coming down onto the knees. Release the toes and doing some cat-cow stretches. So open up the front of the body, breathe in, big breath in. And squeeze the front of the body together, breathing out. Big breath in, open up the front of the body. Big breath out, squeeze the front of the body. Pull the shoulder blades apart. Breathing in, coming up. And breathing out, coming down. And coming up. Tuck the toes, lift the knees and come back into your downward facing dog again. Taking 5 deep breaths here. 3, 4, and 5. And coming down onto your knees. Bringing your hands a little bit further in front of you. And gently bringing your body forwards, bending the elbows and coming into a very slight cobra. So still a little bit soft, tuck the elbows in. We don't need too much of a back bend yet. Nice deep breaths. And then scoot back into your downward facing dog. So come onto the knees, tuck the toes, and come on up. 5 deep breaths. That's 1. That's 2. 3. 4. And 5. And come down onto the knees. Relax the toes. Lean forwards. And this time come up a little bit more into a cobra. If your back's not ready for it yet, just keep doing a little one. 1. And 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. Beautiful. Coming back into your downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the knees. For 5. This time when we come forwards, Don't need to bring the knees down if you don't want to. So just coming into a nice plank. And bending the knee, elbows, coming forwards. And coming up into a cobra or staying low if your back isn't ready yet. 5 seconds or 5 breaths. That's 2. That's 3. 4. Nice soft shoulders away from the ears. And 5. And tuck the toes, scoot back into your downward facing dog. For 5. 2, big ujjayi breathing. And coming into your plank. Remember, you can come onto the knees if you need to. And bending the elbows, coming on down. So choosing your level, come up into a cobra if you choose to. You might like to tuck the toes and just lift the knees a little bit. And scooting back into your downward facing dog. 5 breaths. 4 and 5. We're going to lift the right leg to the back wall. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5. And look in between the hands. The knee comes towards the nose and softly bringing your foot forwards. Drop the back knee. Check your alignment that your knee is just beyond or just above your heel or behind it. If not, scoot your toes a little bit forwards. No pressure on the knee. Gently drop the hips. Again, you might need to scoot that foot forwards a little. Beautiful. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, bring the hands up. Nice big ujjayi breathing. And place the hands on the knees. Lift the hips a little. Straighten the leg and bring the front foot back, the front toes back. Place the hands on the floor, either side of the leg, and soften the body forwards. Nice, long ujjayi breathing. That's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Beautiful. Lifting the torso up, the heart comes forwards. Coming back into your lunge. Place the hands either side of the foot and bring the front foot back. Tuck back into your downward facing dog. 5 breaths. That's 2. Feel the flow of the beautiful breath. 4 and 5. Bring the left foot to the back wall this time. and looking in between your hands, gently bringing the knee towards the nose, and the foot gently comes in between the hands. Bring the back knee down. Check your alignment. It's very, very important. The knee is behind the heel or just over the top of it. No pressure on the knee. Don't need to bring your hands there if you don't need the balance. And gently softening the hips down. Now I need to bring my foot forward, so you just check your alignment. Hips come down. Beautiful. If you want that extra challenge and you did it on the other side, bring the hands up. And bringing the hands down. Beautiful. Coming back into a normal lunge. Might need to scoot the foot back if you did before. Now the hips come back. The toes come up, hands come either side of the leg, and we just try to drape our body over the top of that leg. And gently coming up, placing the whole foot on the ground, hands either side of your foot, and bring the front foot back. Scoot back into your downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Right leg to the back wall, 5 breaths. So we're trying to keep the hips parallel to the mat. And bring the right foot in between the hands and drop the back heel. So check your alignment at the front. We've got a nice bend in the front knee. Bring the hips as forwards as you can. Keep the hands down if you want to, or bringing them up into Warrior One. So the correct alignment with your feet, your back heel should be in a straight line from the arch of your foot. And open up into Warrior Two, so we don't move the feet, we don't move the knees, we just move the hips, the torso and the arms. So checking that your hands are coming, or your arms are coming straight out from your shoulders, and your gaze comes just to the tip of that middle finger. And coming into a reverse warrior, so the back hand rests gently on the back leg, and the top hand spins around and comes up to the sky. If this is too strong on your neck, just bring your gaze down. And then gently coming and bringing the forearm to that front knee, palm facing upwards. Stretch the left hand up to the sky and then over the ear. And it really depends on your neck. So you can bring your head down or forwards, or you can try and bring it up to the sky, and hoping that you put deodorant on today. And coming back into your Warrior Two. And I wonder if you can balance and lift the back heel and come back into a high lunge. Maybe with the hands up, maybe with the hands down. So through all of that, the front foot and the front knee didn't really move that much at all. And bringing your hands down and stepping back into your downward facing dog. 5 nice deep breaths. Remember, you can come into child's pose if you need a break. And lifting up the left leg to the back wall. And looking in between the hands, moving the left leg. It shouldn't really make a sound when you come down. Bring the back heel down. Come on up. You've got a nice bend in the front knee. You've checked your alignment. Your knee is over the heel. Swivel the hips slightly so they come forwards as much as you can. And then either resting the legs or bringing the hands up. So making sure that front knee keeps following the alignment of the middle toe. Open up the hips and come into your warrior two. So again, remembering the alignment, the arch of the foot and the front heel are in the same line. Arms are coming out from your shoulders. The elbow creases are facing up, so the way we do that, and make sure we're doing that properly, is we bring the palms of the hands up and keep the elbow creases up, and we just turn the palms of the hands down. The back hand rests gently on the back thigh. Palm of the hand comes up on the left arm, and then reaches up into your warrior, reverse warrior. The front leg hasn't changed at all. Coming back into your warrior two. Well done. It's strong in those legs, isn't it? Makes us nice and warm with that Ujjayi breathing. Try to keep the balance. Lift the back heel, swivel forwards, and come back into your lunge. Gorgeous. Gently bring the hands down, bring the hands either side of the feet. Front foot comes back into your down dog. Nice deep breaths. And then gently coming down to your knees. Keep the feet or keep the heels up for now and coming to rest or coming to kneel. Supporting the back. We're just going to tuck the shoulders back, the shoulder blades in. We're going to just start coming forwards. You can rest your head back if it's comfortable. Engage the belly, head comes up last. Big breath in. Release the hands, roll the shoulders. Well done. Going to do that again. Maybe we'll bring the hands down. Maybe not. It's okay, everyone's different. So perhaps have the feet up. If you're more flexible in the back area, your back's feeling okay today, you can have the feet down. Or feet up and hands come here. Okay? So choosing which, this is called camel's pose, which we'd like to do. Hands to the heels, or with the feet down. Open up the front part of your body, relax the head if you can. And gently coming up, supporting the back, head comes up last. And very, very slowly, with grace and dignity, just bringing the knees apart and coming to rest in child's pose for a few moments. Extending the breath all the way down into the lower spine. And gently rolling on up. Now you taking very, very care of yourself, I hope. If you feel as though your lower back needs a little bit more, just press pause and do some more time in child's pose. It really is important to counteract those poses that are very strong for our back, especially our lower back, which seems to be an issue for quite a few people, as it was for me before I started doing a lot of yoga. Okay, if you're ready to come back, hands forward, step back into your downward facing dog just for a few seconds. And then walk the feet forwards or take one step and just fold forwards. I'd like you to hold your elbows. Taking some nice ujjayi breathing. With every out breath, you'll find you'll be able to sink further down towards the floor. You can have nice soft knees. And placing your hands underneath your feet. Bend your knees if you need to. And soften again, elbows out to the sides. And gently coming on up, come up to halfway. Take some nice breaths here. And coming all the way up, big breath in, stretch up to the sky. And hands come together and just come into a little prayer for a few moments, bringing the thumbs in towards the heart center and just dropping the shoulders, taking a few moments and seeing how you feel. Seeing if you're feeling balanced. Checking in with your ujjayi breathing again. And checking in with your intention at the beginning of your practice. And just acknowledging what's going on inside your body and your mind. Connecting the movements with the breath to what is going on in our mind. The next couple of poses are some balancing poses, so we really need to have a focused mind. If your balance is feeling a little bit off today, you might like to be near a wall and just balancing near the wall. Beautiful. And hands come down. Open your eyes if you've closed them. So starting with the tree pose, and we've done this one before, we're just going to take it to another level today. So finding the balance, right side, left side of your body, front and the back of your body. You know your balance comes from the middle, from the core of your body, so nice strong core. Challenge your mind to be here, right now. Bring your weight over to your left hand side. Again, finding your centre of balance. And bring the knee out to the side, the right knee out to the side. Stay here if you need to today. You might like to bring the foot up. You might like to bring the foot above the knee. Try not to rest your foot on your knee. Oh, my slippery pants today, can't do that. Okay. If you're comfortable here, awesome. You might like to bring the hands up to the sky. Soft shoulders. We don't want our shoulders to get too comfortable with the ears. Too close. Just relax the ears with the shoulders away from the ears. Nice ujjayi breathing. Relax the hands down. Relax the foot down. Might want to roll the ankle a little or flick it out. And when you're ready, we're going to come over to the right side. So I like to spread out my toes. Gives me a little bit more grip. Feel the muscles engage in your legs, in your bottom, in your belly. Soften the shoulders. Engage the mind. Bring the knee out to the side. Find the balance again. Bring the foot up. Find your balance again. Bring the hands up if you choose to. Hands come down gently. Foot comes down. Roll the other ankle if you need to. And flick it out. Beautiful. Okay, coming into a next pose. If you don't feel like doing this next pose, I'd like you to continue with your tree pose. Otherwise, bring all of your weight onto your left hand side again. Just as we did before, engage the belly. Soften the shoulders, engage your mind, smile! Okay, and we're going to allow the top of the foot to rest on the palm of the left hand. The foot comes down. Well done. If you're comfortable here, that's great. If you'd like a bit more of a challenge, bring the right hand up. If you want a bit more of a challenge, fold forwards. Keep your attention here. Keep your mind here. Rest your hand on the ground. Bringing the hand up. Oh, I'm a bit wobbly. The right hand comes down. And lower the foot. Well done, everyone. Okay, and roll that ankle out. I don't know how good I'm today. I've already done an hour and a half class at another centre, so I'm a bit nervous about my balance because it was a lot of balancing in my last class. Okay, this isn't about me, about you. Come over to your right hand side. Find your centre of balance. Rest the left foot in the right hand, or come into the tree pose. It's a soft knee on the left hand side. Bring the left hand up. Stay here if you want to. Or you might find that big challenge and start coming forwards. controlled. Ooh, one more wing. Rest the hand on the floor. Engage the belly, engage your mind. Bring the hand up, lots of control. Bring the hand down. And release that other foot. Well done. Just coming out of that, if you're in tree pose, rolling the ankle exactly as we did before. Fabulous. We're going to bring our feet to the outside edges of our mat. My toes come off a little bit. My heels come in. We've all got different body shapes. Just want you to see how you feel with that. We're going to come into a deep, deep squat. Our heels need to stay on the mat or on the ground. Okay? Mindful of your knees in this pose. It's a deep, deep squat. Oh, my knee's going to pop. Yep, pop, pop. Sorry about that. Okay. It's just air, it's okay. Bring the hands together, and what we do is we squeeze the knees together and push the elbows out. Beautiful. So deep squat or goddess pose. The next pose we're going to do, you may like to watch if you haven't done a crow before. So what we're going to do is we're going to place our hands on the mat, just as we would in downward facing dog. Spread the fingers right out. The knees can either stay on the outsides of the triceps. I like to actually bring my knees on my triceps. So I'm going to lift my bottom, my heels still stay on the mat, and I bring my knees to the triceps. I look forwards, that's the big key. Balance, and I bring my body forwards. So my knees are resting on my triceps, and then I start bringing my feet together, and I start to practice bringing them up, and you might be able to bring both feet up. And gently coming down, coming back into your goddess position. Hands come together. Congratulate yourself on whatever stage you got to. 99% of your practice is actually getting to the mat. One of the biggest keys in that is to keep your strong core and keep your gaze forwards. If you look down in between your legs, you're going to roll. So lots and lots of practice with that one. Bring the hands down. Bring the knees down. And spend a few moments in child's pose. So just staying in child's pose, and again remembering that child's pose can be with the knees together or the knees out to the sides. Feel the breath. You might still be practicing your Ujjayi breathing, I hope so. You should be feeling really warm now. And feeling that breath, fill the lungs so the whole rib cage expands and contracts. At the front of the body, at the back of the body, and at the sides of your beautiful body. Engage your pelvic floor, your belly, and coming on to sit up. Well done. Sitting on the side of your hip and bringing the legs around. And staying in Tadasana, staff pose. So the toes come forwards, the hands come next to your hips. And push the hands down into the mat so you can feel the whole of your belly engage. And relax. Bring your hands up to the sky, big breath in, and folding forwards. So we're starting to relax now. So you can have your knees soft and bringing the heart forwards and then relaxing down. And just staying there for a few moments, feeling the whole spine get a little bit of space in between each vertebrae. From the tailbone all the way up to the back of your neck. Soften the thighs, soften the knees. Soften the breath, the jaw, the face. And gently coming on up. And bringing the soles of the feet together, bringing them in as much as you can. And either holding the ankles or wrapping your fingers around and underneath your feet. Or you might like to place the thumbs on the insides of your feet and open your feet up like a book. Taking a deep breath in. And either tucking the elbows in as you lean forwards or out, but bringing the heart forwards first, and then allowing the curvature of your spine. And gently coming on up. And bringing the knees in and your feet out to the sides again. Beautiful. We're going to bring the right foot on the outside of the left knee. You can either leave your left leg out there, or you can bring it so it sits next to your bottom. Making sure that the hips are parallel. If your bottom isn't sitting on the ground, bring the leg out in front of you again. Lengthen the spine as much as you can. Place the right hand behind you, the left hand on the right knee. Lengthen the spine again and have a beautiful twist around. If you want more out of this twist, bring the elbow to the outside of the knee and have a big twist, pushing the knee away with the elbow. Try to lift the hand at the back so you're not putting any pressure on the hand at the back. You might like to wrap it around your waist. And head comes forwards first, and then twist the shoulders around, releasing the arms. Beautiful. Bringing the left leg forwards and releasing your right leg. Now the left foot comes over the right knee and rests on the side of the right knee. If you did it before, leave your leg at the front. If you want to, move the right foot next to the right bottom. Lengthen your spine as much as you can. Bring the right hand to the knee, the left hand to the back. Really lengthen and twist. Again, if you choose to, you can bring the outside of the right elbow to the outside of the knee and push. No pressure on the back hand. We're using our posture and our spine to hold us up. The back hand can wrap around the back of the waist. The head comes around first, looking forwards, and then untwist your beautiful body. And coming down into everybody's favourite part, coming down into Savasana. So if you have a pillow, place it underneath your head. If you have an eye pillow, place it on your eyes. If you have a bolster, bring it underneath your knees. You might need a blanket on, it does get a little cold these days. And just coming to lie down on your back. Spending a little while really getting comfortable. It takes me ages getting into Savasana. So spending that time. You have earned it. You really have. You deserve this. Okay, bring the legs apart just a little so that underneath of the knees rest on the bolster. If you don't have a bolster, bring your legs just about to the outsides of your mat and allow the feet to drop out to the sides. Resting down on your back and allow the hands to come out to about a 45-degree angle from your body with the palms facing upwards. This just expands the chest and opens the chest so we can breathe deeply into our lungs and into our heart centre. We're opening up our bodies to the best possible health and happiness that we can have. So big open up. And taking a scan of your body, seeing if there's any place that you can relax. And softening into your Savasana. Very, very important practice at the end of our yoga session. Never deny yourself your Savasana. Take note of if your feet can relax even more. Take note if your calves are relaxed. Can you soften the skin around the lower legs? Can you soften the knee joint any more? Are you holding on to anything? This is the time to let go. This is the time to allow the body to rejuvenate. Very, very important. Can you soften your thighs even more? Can you relax your bottom? Can you feel some heaviness in your hips? Can Can you feel as though you can relax the lower belly and lengthen, or lower back and lengthen the spine even more? Can you relax the belly and the waist? Can you lengthen the spine even more, softening the shoulders, the middle and the upper back, widening across the collarbones and softening the chest. Taking some beautiful breaths. Feeling the waves of those breaths as they enter the body and as they exit the body. Can you relax the upper arms even more? What about the elbows? The forearms? Can you relax the wrist joints? The backs of the hands? The palms of the hands? Can you soften the fingers even more and allow them to gently curl? Can you bring your awareness back to the spine and lengthen the spine even more as you relax the back of your neck? And drawing your attention to your face, relaxing your jaw, allowing the teeth to separate, and seeing if the tongue is more comfortable in the roof of the mouth or the middle of the mouth. And softening the eyes. Can you feel the eyelids resting on your cheeks? Can you feel the eyelashes resting on your cheeks? Can you separate the eyebrows? Can you relax your forehead? Can you feel the back of your body becoming heavier and softer? Back of your head, your back, the arms, the legs, the heels, and staying here for as long as you are comfortable. Hopefully for at least 5 more minutes, just watching the thoughts with detachment in the mind. Always bringing your awareness back to the breathing. And when you have finished your Savasana, rolling to the right hand side or left if you're pregnant. And resting there for a few moments. And then coming to sit comfortably. And again taking a few moments to think about the intention that you had at the beginning of your session. See how your breathing went. I leave you in peace. Namaste.